Hello, you avid fishing freaks. I'm back. I'm going to do another little cooking video, and this time I'm going to be doing some frying. I'll be cooking outside, so I'll be right back when I get everything set up and get everything ready, and I'll show you what I'm going for there. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to do an egg wash to go with this shrimp and catfish. So I got 4 eggs. I got some milk, and I'll go with you step by step on this, so I don't lose anybody. And me, since I like pepper, I'm going to add extra pepper to the egg wash, since I like it. I know I have pepper already in the flour mix, but I'm going to add more to this. Add more to it, so I'm going to give it a little bit of milk, not a lot. And I'm just going to mix it in real good. I'm going to set that up to the side for a minute. I'm going to bring the catfish over here, finish patting them dry. I'm just going to cut them in chunks where they cook quicker. I was going to do a fish and shrimp tacos, but I decided against it because I didn't have all the ingredients to make my tortillas. And I didn't really like the ones I seen in the store. And two, it takes more time to prep for the catfish tacos. I mean, for the tortillas. Yeah, it'll be alright. I'll just cut it that way. I cut them different sizes, different ways. It depends on the thickness of the fillet. Then I'll bring over the shrimp and prep them before next. Alright. Get it off to the side. Bring that over here. Bring the shrimp over. I do use paper towels a lot, especially with what I'm doing, because I like to take off the fins. I like eating shrimp, I don't like eating the tails. These are 1620s jumbo shrimp. They've already been peeled. I'm just finished removing the tail section. That way don't have to worry about deep frying them and taking a bite out of the tail. I've soaked these all in salt water, ice, and water to take a lot of the nasty smells and taste out of them. Yeah, you might hear the TV a little bit in the background. Or my laptop running. Well, as I'm doing, just lightly, gently popping off the tail. You don't need a lot of force to do it. You're just holding the meat right before the tail here, and just grabbing the very tip and pulling back. Some of these you probably have to clean the legs off on. Which ain't hard. These have been washed, so washed and rinsed off really good. I'm going to first run the catfish through the egg wash and the batter. Then after that, I'll probably just take the egg wash and everything and dump it over the shrimp and mix it in real good. Then take the shrimp out there and just run it through the full seasoned flour. And these shrimp are pretty nice size. You can butterfly them if you want, because they already deveined it and they got that seam right where you can just run a knife through there and pop them into a wide cut. But these I'm going to deep fry. And shrimp don't take long to deep fry anyway. That's a good thing about that. Actually, for 2.5 pounds, that's a lot of shrimp. And that's jumbo shrimp. So that's a lot of shrimp for being 2.5 pounds. Okay, put that over there. Take this, dispose of that. Wipe my hands. Alright, egg wash, chicken, or not chicken, but catfish in the pan. Wash off my hands real quick. Dry them off. Now I start with a catfish. And do several pieces at a time. I'm going to start off with about doing 4 of them right now before I get too crazy with firing them all. Alright, leave that there. I just want to get a good coating to where they stay on there. And just get a coating like that. Just for the catfish. And we'll keep going at it again. I want to finish these off, and we'll do a few more on here. Do 4 more, then after this, I want to skip. I'll pause it and come back after these 4. So that way you don't have to see me do all these. I keep one hand clean, and I use the fork for the egg wash. So my fingers ain't gonna get all gooey. So flour and seasonings mixed with the black pepper will make you sneeze, so. And I will be back in a minute when I'm done with all the catfish fillets, and I'll show you how I do the shrimp. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'll swap out the flour for a minute. I'll bring over the egg wash and the shrimp. Show you what I'm going to do there. I keep this clean as I go. So I'm going to take egg wash and pour it all over the shrimp, and to make sure it's enough to coat it, I'm going to pour a little extra milk over it. Then we'll put the lid on it. I'll get the lid on there good and tight. And we'll shake it. Make sure it all gets all good and coated in the flour. And that's how you want it to look. That's how you want it. Where you just shake it and you get all that egg and goodness, all the seasonings and the milk and egg all over the shrimp. Then I'll bring the flour back over here. Look, got my slotted spoon. Drain them. I want to try to get as much of the shrimp in that flour as I can. Then I'm going to do the same thing I did with the shrimp, with the egg wash, with the shrimp the same way I did the shrimp. I'm going to shake, put a lid on this and shake it. I'm going to make sure I get most 90% of the juice off of this. I'll be right back. I got this very good lid. Hopefully that's the right lid, but nope, that isn't the right lid. Right, this is the right one. I'm going to take this and just shake it. Well, that's looking good. A few more times and it should be good enough. Alright, I'll be right back. We'll go outside, get the oil heated up, and I'll get this stuff transferred around that there. And as soon as I get set up outside, I'll be ready to come back with you and show you what's going on. Okay, we're back. As you can see, the skillet I have set up for the shrimp, and they're already starting to cook. But the catfish test hasn't started yet. So I'm just going to start laying in some of these shrimp. letting them cook. Kind of figured that shrimp, the cast iron skillet would warm up quicker than the Dutch oven. But we also know that the shrimp is going to be cooking a lot quicker than the catfish will. But that's how I put a test piece in there to find out how well that's going to be cooking quicker. But that's the shrimp there. I'll be coming back here in a few minutes when I come to take out the shrimp and start putting in some more catfish. Okay, y'all. As you can see, the oil for the catfish is finally getting hot. So we'll start dropping in some of these pieces into there with the fish going away from me instead of towards me, so I don't splash myself. I did take a piece of catfish and put it in with a shrimp. Just want to get a taste of it. See how it's looking. And that should be enough for the catfish for now. Let's take a look at some of these shrimp. It's looking pretty good. It's time to flip them a little bit. Give them a little bit more golden brown. I did make some homemade ranch dip. I wasn't planning on doing a live video, or another cooking video. There's all those numptious goodies. This one's already starting to float, but it ain't done yet. We'll let it get nice and golden brown, and I'll be back in a little bit when I start bringing them out of the pans. Okay, I'm going to start taking the shrimp out and let you see how nice and golden brown those are. And I'm just going to repeat the process. And every time before I put shrimp in there, I'm going to shake up the bowl with the flour and the shrimp that's in it, so they stay good and coated. Yes, I will be putting the shrimp and the catfish in the same bowl until I get inside where I can separate them. And I'll sprinkle them with a flavoring that you probably never thought of trying. I've tried this flavoring once on some deep fried shrimp, and it actually came out pretty good. Okay, let that go. Come in, stir that up a little bit, make sure they're not sticking together or anything. And I'll be back. Okay, as you see, the catfish is getting done. So I'm going to start taking that out. As you can see how golden that looks. Be nice and flaky. And it's going to have a lot of juice inside there. Nice golden brown color. Not overly cooked, but I'd say perfectly cooked. Alright, that's good. Well, let's check on the shrimp. I just put another batch in here. Shrimp don't take long to cook, especially if you're deep frying them. See, what I'm going to do with this oil when I'm done is take it over the fire pit and burn it. I've already used this oil 3 times, and after 3 times, it's basically after the second time, you still have good oil after you filter it and run it through the filters I do, but I normally don't use it no more than 3 times. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, everybody. As you see, I just put the last bit of catfish in the Dutch oven oil, and the shrimp is about done. They're almost golden brown. And this is all the goodies here. Your golden catfish, your shrimp, and I'll show you how I'm going to finish seasoning them off. Before I do that, I will do a taste test inside. So I'm going to see if the shrimp are close to being pulled, which they are. But I'm going to let these finish cooking, because they're already still hot and cooking, so I'm going to finish letting them cook off inside. Turn off that burner. And just going to boost up this burner. And I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Oops. Be right back, I forgot something. Okay, now I'm ready. This is ranch seasoning. You can get it out of your local grocery market. It's ranch seasoning and ranch mix, but I'm just going to use it for a sprinkle over this. But before I sprinkle it over, I'm going to do a taste test without it, so you know what it looks like and tastes like beforehand. Let me try to find what's a little bit cooler. Okay. Oh, that's looking good. It's done. It's juicy. Still hot. Now, here it goes. Wow. I really mean it. That flavor in the breading came out spectacular, better than what I thought it would have. It has a balanced flavor. You can taste seasonings, but it's nothing overpowering. And on that shrimp, wow, it came out really good. Now for the fish, still a little hot. Oh, look how flaky and juicy that is. You still see the juice on it and how it flakes out really good. And now for the taste test. This is going to be hotter than normal because I didn't let it cool off yet. But it's going to be well worth it. And I'm hoping it came out just as good as that shrimp. Whew. Hot. That is so hot from coming out of the oil. The flavor is great. It's juicy. It has a robust flavor to it. All those spices, which ain't a lot of spices I put in the flour. I only put, let me show you what I put in the flour. Cracked black pepper, fresh out of the grinder. Some Cajun style seasoning. Some onion powder, which I don't have out here. I used the last of it. I just used the last bit of my mustard. Garlic powder, black pepper, and some ranch. And it came out really good. But what I'm going to do here now, I'm not going to go overboard with it, but just lightly sprinkle it. You leave it just like that and let it set and cool out. Let the oil and all that just soak it up a little bit, and I'll be back when I'm doing. When the noodles are done boiling, we'll be back and we'll do the loaded mac and cheese. Okay, everybody, we're back. Now to work on the loaded mac and cheese, which is going to be really good. I've had this recipe before. I love it. It's one of the better recipes I make on mac and cheese. It'll have almost 3 different styles of cheese in it. And it's loaded with butter. No salt, butter. I do a lot of cooking without butter. I mean, without salt, I mean.